What's good, people? Welcome back to United Facts TV 876. And yes, today we'll be discussing Ten Hag in a longer video, not in a short. No, people, he's on thin ice. And I'm going to talk about why, and I'm also going to talk about who I would replace him with. At this time, like, share, subscribe. Let's get straight into it, people. So, people, for me, as it relates to Ten Hag, I was happy when he came. You know, he did well in his first season. Second season was underwhelming. And it looks like the performances from the second season is transpiring into this season. Now, he was known to be a good tactician at Ajax. He was known to be a builder of the youth players, right? To me, he struck the balance as to what Manchester United requires for our future. But since being Manchester United manager, there are certain observations that I have made, right? Now, I am seeing his lack of substitutions, meaning is either he's making substitutions late in games or he's making substitutions that doesn't continue if we're having a good game, or whether we're having a bad game, the substitutions that he makes lots of times does not improve the game, right? So there are lots of things as it relates to why Ten Hag, in quotations, is on thin ice, right? Now, for me, this season, I don't think we should be in 12, 14th place at this point in time. Yes, we can talk about us being unlucky and that results didn't go our way. However, there are just some things that we as Manchester United and us as a good quality team should be doing, right? Yet still, I'm not seeing a set play style. I'm not seeing a Ten Hag ball as yet. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. But guys, come on. And even at the point of me recording this video, we have only recorded 3 points in our Europa League campaign this season, right? Reminiscent of last season in the Champions League, right? So this is why I'm saying, yes, we're in a rebuilding phase, but look at other managers who went to other clubs. Look at the Tottenhams. Yes, Tottenham is not a team who will win the Premier League today, tomorrow, next week, next year. But you can clearly see the style of play that the Tottenham coach wants his team to play. Now, I'm not sure. Sometimes to me, Ten Hag looks like he's counter-attacking. Sometimes it looks as though he wants a possession-based play style. So, yet still, we cannot identify the Man United identity of play style. Right, people? So that is why for me, he's on thin ice. And then the results as well are reflecting all these things I just mentioned, right? So, for me, I think we should give him until Christmas, and if it improves by Christmas, keep him. If Christmas goes well and then it's fluctuating again to the end of the season, sack him. That's my opinion. However, a lot of people have been asking, yes, sack Ten Hag, but what is the solution? Because look, I believe that Manchester United should maintain 3 things, whether they're keeping or sacking Ten Hag. Their new appointment, if that's the case, should integrate the youth, right? Number 2, they should, from day one, implement a philosophy, aka a style of play. And 3, be commanding of the dressing room as well as demanding much from the players. Give them a season or 2 to make their claim and get them out. Be ruthless, right? That's what my point number 3 is, being ruthless. So, if a manager that is coming here after Ten Hag, if that's the case, these are the 3 things that he needs to do and ensure that the club has his backing to ensure that these are the things that are to be done. All right? So next up, people, we're going to get into, if he's sacked, what are my possible replacements, people. So, people, this first candidate, you're going to see him on the screen. He's personally not one of my possible replacements, but he's been linked to possibly taking Ten Hag's job. And this is Xavi Hernandez, former Barcelona manager. Now, we see that Xavi, when he was at Barcelona, he had a play style, possession, trying to emulate the Pep Guardiola system, right? But it looked like work in progress for Xavi, right? So I'm going to read something here from the Daily Mail, and it says here, former Barcelona manager Xavi has held talks as pressure ramps up on Erik ten Hag, with two other managerial options named, right? And the two other options are the two other persons who I would prefer rather than Xavi. Xavi, to me, hasn't really proved himself as a manager. Persons might say Barcelona needed to give him time, he should have stayed, etc., etc. You know that Hansi Flick is doing a good job so far, but it's a new manager bounce. Let's see how the rest of the season and so on goes for Barcelona. But my point is, Xavi to me didn't really prove himself as a world-class manager. He has no accolades under his belt, and he didn't really prove anything. I think he won the league or so, I'm not sure, right? But to me, he has not done enough. That's just my point, to really take over a club as massive as Man United. And persons might say, Barcelona is a bigger club, blah, blah, blah. However, there's not much media attention on Barcelona as it is on Manchester United. So that's not a guarantee success, in my opinion. All right? Now, my first possible replacement is Ruben Amorim, the Sporting Lisbon manager. Right? Now, he's young. His profile in terms of him as a manager is similar to what Erik ten Hag was when we appointed Erik ten Hag. Ruben Amorim is young. He's good with youth players. He's very tactical, right? Now, there was this notion that Erik ten Hag is a tactical manager, but I'm not really seeing that right now as much as I would love to see it. But Amorim is tactical, right? He's good with youth. He has a set play style, right? He, from time to time, changes to a 4-3-3 formation, but for the majority of his tenure at Sporting Lisbon, he has been playing a 3-4-3 formation, right? That's what he has been playing from the summer until now, right? And he's been showing that he loves a possession-based play style. He's good. He likes his team to press and press from the front foot. So his tactical analogy is very proactive and based on keeping the ball and scoring lots of goals. So he's one of my possible candidates to replace Ten Hag if he's sacked. Now, this article, you're going to see this one now on the screen. It says here, and to be honest with you, there's lots of sources, but I've not seen the Fabrizios and so on come to the forefront with this, but this is Football 365. It says, manager accepts Man United offer to replace Ten Hag, and betrayal as crazy details are revealed. Now, it continues. Inter Milan boss Simeone Inzaghi, probably I pronounced his first name wrong, has accepted an offer to become the new manager of Premier League side Man United, according to reports. What are these reports? Now, in the second paragraph here, it says the Red Devils bounce back from 5-match winless streak on Saturday when they beat Brentford. We all know this. But he is my second candidate to replace Ten Hag, and it's because of the kind of play style and what he's doing in Syria right now. He looks like what the now Juventus manager was doing last season. The play style was attractive. He was adjusting his tactics within games to adapt to what the opponents were throwing at him. And this is what I'm seeing in Inzaghi. And Inzaghi, he's experienced, he's been around, he's been to other clubs in the Serie A as well. He has won trophies as well, not as much as the Peps and the Klopps and so on. But to me, he is a proven manager for the situation of Manchester United. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think that my 2, or call it 3, options are plausible options to replace Erik ten Hag? Let me know in the comments below, people. Like, share, subscribe. Erik ten Hag, you need to get it right. You're on thin ice.